If you're watching this video, you have bed bugs. This is an instructional video on how to get rid of them without using any pesticides, any special methods really. This is a very dirt simple method. The only drawback to it is that it does require a lot of time. As you know, bed bugs mainly attack at night. But with this method, it'll return the crazy that they brought onto you. So stay tuned and we'll walk you through this. Alright, so you're going to need three things if you're going to work towards the long-term solution of getting rid of bed bugs. First of all, the most important is an all-purpose plastic cover. Second of all, a plastic bag. This is so you can collect them and keep track of them. And of course, lastly, lots and lots of time, because this isn't an easy procedure overnight. We're literally going to kill them off slowly but surely. Now the first step, and by far the most vital, is covering your sleeping area with this plastic tarp. Now as you can see, it's very important that the edges are all facing up. This is because the bed bugs themselves can't get enough grip. You will find that they will be very creative in getting to you. From what I have witnessed, they will climb the ceiling, climb the walls, jump off, and land on top of you. So really there's very little you could do to keep them out. But the secret here is keeping them in. Because once they've filled their sacks full of blood, it's really hard for them to climb out. Since it's really hard for them to climb out, they can't go back, hide, and procreate. So therefore, you're really eliminating their food source. Now, I would really recommend that you use 2 layers to achieve the very same results. This is in the same train of thought of adding additional walls. So it keeps the little ones out, but the big ones have a lot more strength to them, and they will muster through anything to get to you. So yeah, just designate your sleeping area, cut out a sheet long enough that you will fit comfortably, and yeah, just sleep on it. Now I'm explaining a little bit of the method behind the madness. As you can see here, I have 2 blue lines. This is representing the 2 ideal sheets that you want to use. Now if you're limited, 1 will work, but 2 is really ideal for the method here. So how this really works is that we have here a bed bug trying to enter, and of course it's gonna be a huge obstacle for them to overcome the first one, since it's really hard for them to get a grip on the plastic. The slicker the plastic, the better, because it'll make it really hard for them to come up. So if they do get through the first layer, I did find that they either got stuck in the first layer and couldn't make it into the second one, or just went under the first layer thinking I was there. Now if they do manage to get in there, they do engorge themselves with blood, as you can see here. But as they try to make the climb, it's rather impossible for them, and I often woke up many days finding a lot of engorged ones with blood. Now mind you, you will have to overcome the fear of bed bugs. Remember that while you're sleeping, they are crawling all over you. So you need to overcome the fear that they're touching you, because they already have. Well, you just haven't been aware for it. But really something to watch out for if you're going to be using this method. Even though it's easy, it does have its share of trials. Like I said earlier, it's really effective for you to keep a bag. As you can see here, I still have a remnant of my victory. But if you find bed bugs in the morning, especially ones engorged with blood, I suggest that you don't just kill them, but rather collect them. And contain them and see how many you can collect. Because really that will give you a nice time frame of how long they're alive. Because right now what we're doing is we're cutting off the food supply. And bed bugs have been known to live a very long time just on water. And they can get water from the environment rather easily. So when you find them in the morning, collect them, and if you have enough, you can just start killing them off. But really it gives you a good idea of how long they can live without having a good feed. And I have seen them go through at least 1 or 2 generations. So in these bags you collect, you will see the procreate and hatch and lay eggs, hatch, and yeah, it gives you a really good time frame of when it's safe to stop using the plastic. But really, you have to use the plastic every single night. Just like any hungry animal, they will become aggressive. And by this I mean that once you escape the comfort of your lily pad, because this is literally the lily pad method for me, if I use 2 layers. Now they do become really aggressive, and by that I mean that they will attack you during the day. So if you're sitting in your desk, minding your own business, and if you do feel the sting of the bed bug, because a lot of people don't feel the sting. For me, the sting was by far the hardest part. I didn't have an allergic reaction, meaning I didn't see any bite marks, I didn't have any welts, any swells, anything really. But what woke me up at night was those stings. I couldn't sleep through those stings. So when I would be sitting at my desk, I would feel the bites, and I would give it a quick search and find really flat ones. And that means that A, they hadn't eaten in a very long time, and they were really aggressive for the next meal. Also, you will find that they will be really eager to escape the situation, and by that you have to really look at your bags, your clothing, your shoes, anything that you take with you, because they will latch on just trying to get the hell out of here, because it's not really an environment that they could excel in, because you're no longer giving them that option. There's no longer an easy meal. Like I said, this method is very effective in terms that you don't really need anything but plastic, but the inefficiency is in the time. It is not an overnight process. That's why I said you should really keep them in captivity, because this will give you a nice time frame as to how long you have to sleep with the plastic. I would also highly recommend that you sleep on the floor. If you already sacrifice your bed, then you really have no other option. But the fact that the floor gives you a stability, so the plastic stays in one position. I found that if you sleep on the mattress with plastic, you will peel it off, it will roll off, and it really defeats the purpose of having the plastic in the first place. Now, as for sleeping on the floor you're gonna need really just a rug, something that'll dampen the floor, because sleeping on bare floor is a bit uncomfortable but manageable. Yeah, overall it's just trying to, the main goal of this is so everyone gets a good night's rest. I really just hope to spread the word along, because really I don't want anyone else to experience this. This was by far the hardest year of my life, and I would only wish it on I really wouldn't wish it on anybody, but really it's just the past, and I can't believe the solution was so simple when we tried absolutely everything else. And recently we had Orkin come in with one of their dogs to check if there was anything left, and the dog couldn't even find anything. So I was really amazed at how simple this was and how effective it was. So yeah, spread the word, and we could easily get rid of this pest once and for all. And I would also recommend you keep the plastic in case you happen to have a relapse. So, good night.